how's it going?
Hey, hey! Today is a big hair day.
I love
Big
it.
hair, don't care.
I actually love your hair when it's curly and natural. I think it's
Yeah,
so beautiful.
I like it too, but it's a bit of a struggle sometimes, especially like today, when it just doesn't want to listen.
But you look beautiful.
Curly hair is a journey. Thank you, soul sister.
You're welcome. So, I wanted to ask, well, like what was on my mind was how would you express to others or how would you explain to others if they're connected to their soul? Like, how does someone know that they're connected to their soul or if they're not connected to their soul? Like, is there a way for everyone to, understand this concept and everyone to
Yeah,
start connecting?
just ask yourself, are you happy? Like when you wake up, are you happy? Are you excited for the day? Do do you feel excitement? Do you feel joy in like your daily day-to-day living? Or are you feeling like completely low on energy? Are you feeling like you can't wait for the weekend and the weekends go by way too quickly?
Mhm.
Do you feel like you're waiting on the next holiday? How do you feel? Feeling is your key. Your feelings and your emotions are your key to showing you how connected you are to your soul.
Yeah, I feel like people, like we haven't really, like in the educational system that I was exposed to, whether in Malawi or in Canada, we weren't really exposed or we didn't explore feeling and emotion. And so last year, when you exposed me to Abraham Hicks and the emotional guidance scale, read this book called Ask and It Is Given. And that's where she like explores the emotional guidance scale. And it's something that we also have put in our book as well, called Heal Now. And it's interesting because if you just run your finger down the emotional guidance scale, you can determine where you stand in connection to your soul. So if your soul is vibrating at the utmost highest level of this emotional guidance scale, you know that you are connected, you know that you are exploring and experiencing what it is that you're meant to do here. And however, if you're vibrating at a lower level, it's your soul speaking to you through your feelings and understanding, okay, wait a minute, something needs to change. Like something's not right here, right? Like we need to change our career path. We need to change our relationship. We need to move on from our ex. We create better
Or
relationships.
simply even just asking, people like quit their jobs and then wonder what's next. And they get into another job and it's the same old shit. People break up with their toxic exes and then they end up going back or they get into another relationship again. It's just the same old cycle over and over again, thinking it looks different. You're growing and you're changing and there's different people and different jobs. But at the end of the day, your life is just pretty much the same. And it's the same things that are happening to you over and over again. And this is what people think is life.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you can experience a relationship that is of just pure joy. You can experience growth without having to go through constant turmoil and pain. And that's the thing though, like usually people tend to go through a dark night of the soul where they're at the bottom of the emotional guidance scale and they're constantly in just depression. That's what happened to me, right? It's just really bad hopelessness, depression, anxiety, and just this losing this will to kind of live or just powering through because you have to, right? And if you're there or have been there, that's the point at where a lot of people say, okay, there needs to be a change in my life. But there's some people that are higher up in the emotional guidance scale, but they're still off lower vibrations. And they're still in there. And because they go up into high vibrations once in a while, like on the weekend or at a specific event or when they're doing something in particular, they think that the lower emotions are there to stay and that's just what life is, you know. And it's not. You are here to experience and to be on the top half of the emotional guidance scale, which is the good emotions, starting from satisfaction and contentment and peace and moving up to pure happiness and joy and excitement.
Mm-hmm. So first, in order to determine whether you're connected or not, acknowledge where you are in relation to the top of the emotional guidance scale. So where do you all stand? How connected are you to your souls? And are you going to join us on a journey to start creating that connection and start living your truth and living from the soul? That's a decision, a really personal decision that everyone has to make for themselves. And yeah.